AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
They don't like comentario.
Y suscribe. They was waiting on us.
Told you, this puts a smile on my face every time.
Every time we get here.
You know, somebody said, stop making them stupid faces. Look, that's what I do. I'm gonna make them every
We are
chance
here.
I get. But they put the LOL. Flea, how you feeling?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, brother. I just had a spirited conversation with my OG. Wish I could tell y'all everything we talked about offline just now, but I can't. Just let y'all know that is why I call him my OG. He's phenomenal, brother. Thank you for that. Needed that.
Well,
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
There you go.
How you feeling?
Job is done.
Yeah.
I feel good now.
Feeling good?
Information is free. Being nice
all the time
is easier than being the other way. Just saying.
I told you.
Hoagies in the building.
I told you that's not why just basketball. Like I call you OG for a reason. I needed that. Michael James, what up?
Chat the members. Knicks native in the building. Who? Mike James. Troy, what up, baby? Immaculate Addicts. Ralphie. What's good, baby? Who else is in the building? Trapped in the 90s.
I see you, Tory B. I see you, girl.
Hold on. Where Coach at? Paul, hold on. Big shout out, Paul McWhite. I was hanging with my guy last night at Smart Ball Classic.
We was just talking about you, Paul.
Paul McWhite, shout out to you, man. Appreciate the love and support. He pulled up on me. We was talking basketball. My guy went to Rice. He played the game. So big shout out to him. It was an honor and a pleasure to meet him. Cool brother. Appreciate you, my brother. MJ in the building. Tory B. Always good to see the whole family. Brooklyn Jules, how you doing? Flea, before we get to it.
Brooklyn Jules.
Because Flea, we going to get on the chat's nerves.
We're here this evening,
Anytime it's Knicks news,
we here.
Whether y'all like it or not, whether it's false or true, we want to discuss it.
We are here. Yes. Anything Knicks related, we are here. And Fabian's not here tonight, y'all, so remind us to behave.
Right, Mr. Smith. Flea, just real quick, yesterday, if you got to tap in a little bit, I mean, you know, I spoke about Mikal Bridges, him might be an odd man out. Just if you could briefly give me your opinion on just yesterday, what you thought about, you know, that topic and in the reports that if we're going to extend Cat, right? If we're going to lock down Josh Hart, eventually after this season, we're not going to be able to keep all these guys, and Mikal Bridges may be the odd man out. What was your thoughts on that? How do you feel about that?
Well, you know, of course, I tapped in, so I saw everything that was going on. I thought it was a great conversation. At the end of the day, Mikal would be the odd man out. And that's the Knicks are not exempt from being a team that's going to have to find ways to adjust, you know, make decisions that are not going to feel the greatest, right? We're not going to be exempt to that. We're going to have to be, we just did it with Mitchell Robinson, right? So I just think that if the rubber does meet the road at that point, you know, Mikal may be the odd man out. I was just telling you something offline about, you know, the conversation on Josh Hart possibly being a sixth man, going to the bench as time progresses. But now you're talking about Josh Hart being pulled out of the lineup and Mikal Bridges is essentially not being in the lineup. So how do we replace those guys? What does this team look like? So I'm always about what's the plan? Okay, that sounds good. We move Mikal Bridges, but now who do we elevate? Who do we go get? Who can we afford? Okay, if we can't afford Mikal Bridges and we want to keep Brunson, OG, Cat, who can we afford? So it'd be a lot of questions for me with something like that. But if I do have to, you know, look at the lineup and say who's the odd man out, it would definitely be Bridges.
Big shout out German July. I see you. That's a member. Tory B said I'm gaslighting. Tory B, you know how I give it up. Immaculate Addicts. Thank you for your 10 jewels, my brother. A gold coin.
Immaculate Addicts. Nostalgic Nick. What up, baby?
Nostalgic. What up, Flea? Before we get to the first topic, last night I ended the show. Well, yesterday evening, I ended the show I gotta ask you, give me your 3 players this upcoming
Pressure.
season with the most pressure
Pressure.
for the Knicks, where, like I said, if they don't perform, if they don't play well on a consistent basis, they can be the odd man out as well. Or just 3 players that you're looking forward to playing well for us to have a legit chance to repeat.
Top of my list, who I think we had our foot on his neck at the beginning of the season last year, is Karl Anthony Towns. I think we unlocked something in that first round of the playoffs. We saw him go through the entire playoffs. We get to the finals, and he has a phenomenal first 2 games, right? Kind of fizzled out in game 5, but again, he was great overall throughout the playoffs. But if you're asking me who I think needs to show up early next year and who has some pressure on them to perform next year, I think Cat, for sure. For sure. He was a big piece in the turnaround. He was a big piece in why we were so good. Like, Brunson was great. We give kudos to everybody, but I think Cat assuming the role of being a facilitator and not only a guy that's going to put the ball in the basket was huge for us. And so I think we need to add on to that. Big shout out to Alan Hahn. He was saying that, we just reached the cusp of what we could do with that, having Cat at the hub. But it got to be Cat for me, OG. Honestly, it has to be Bridges. He has to continue to be that X factor, that component that if he plays at a high level, it just takes us to another level, right? We got good guys. We got players that play well. But when he plays well, we just look different. We just look completely different. And I'm going to put some pressure on the bench. I'm going to put some pressure on the bench. But the most is going to go with Deuce. Deuce got to be great next year. Deuce has to be great. We locked up Shamit. We locked up Jose Alvarado. I know I'm skipping. We'll get there. But now there's talks about we want to bring Donte back home. What does that look like for Deuce, right?
No, stay there.
So,
great transition. No. Big shout out Knicks Native. Thank you. Gifting an AllBall TV membership. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate
Knicks
it.
Native.
Chat. Y'all see the Cash App, ABTV3. ABTV3 is the Cash App, y'all. Y'all see the Instagram channel, AllBall TV3 _. We also on Facebook. We also on Twitter, which is X. And we also have another YouTube channel, AllBall Fabian Perspective. Please go support those. Hit that like button, y'all. Share, like, subscribe. Chris Dragnet is in the building. Flea.
Chris Dragnet, what up?
Flea, that was a great transition. Big shout out Knicks Movement. Listen, y'all. Some of these Knicks content, some of these platforms, I love what they're doing, right? Whether it's, fantasy, but I just love that, we continue to keep the Knicks name alive. But Flea, you talked about Deuce, and here we have an article. Like I said, Knicks Movement on Instagram. We'll go follow some good content over there. They have a proposal. And as you can see, my eyes is bad. I ain't trying to read that little screen, so I can get it right here, right? So, per Cy Mohan of Heavy Sports, an interesting trade idea has the Knicks send in Miles McBride, which is Deuce McBride, and Pacome Dadier to the Nets for Clowney. So the Knicks will receive Clowney. The Nets will receive Deuce McBride and Pacome Dadier. Clowney is 22 years old. He's 6'10". He's a stretch big who can play the 4 or the 5. He averaged 12 points per game. He's making 2 threes per game. With Deuce entering his final year of his deal, the ideal would have New York cashing in on his trade value while adding a young, versatile big behind Cat and Andre Drummond. Would you make this trade?
I would. I think Deuce and what Deuce brings, I love Deuce, but what Deuce brings, it becomes a little redundant with having a Shamit, with having an Alvarado, with having a Clarkson, right? So that spot is going to get a little crowded. And right now, I'm going to stay consistent. I'm not very sold on Drummond. If Drummond is the first option off the bench behind Cat, that's every single night. That's tough. So yes, I would like to bring in Clowney. Like you just said, averaged 12 points a game last year, not on a good team, plays 66 games. He's got to up his percentages for me in terms of the efficiency. He's 6'10". He should not be shooting under 40% from the field. That's terrible. You a big guy. And he's got to be able to rebound the basketball. So again, at 6'10", I don't like the fact that he only averages 4 rebounds. But with Miami now picking up Nick Richards and him not being an option anymore, we have to bring in another big that is going to be athletic, is going to be able to, at least make an effort on the glass. At least make an effort on the glass. So I think it's a move that you don't hang up the phone on. You absolutely got to think about this deal.
So for me, big shout out Darlene Bryan. I see you in the
Darlene
building.
B, what up, girl?
Star, what's going on? Dr. Renee Harris in the building. Also, if y'all don't mind, please everybody go follow Knicks Native on Instagram. I just followed your channel, your page. So big shout out Knicks Native. He's always in the building showing love. He's a member. Please, y'all, go support. It only takes that's not even a second to go subscribe and follow everyone's channel. I'm gonna be honest, Flea. For me, I'm doing that move. And now with that idea,
let me see, Knicks Native, you said?
Yeah. Chat, how do y'all feel about trading Deuce in Dadier for the young man over there in Brooklyn? For me, Flea, I'm gonna be honest. I'm doing that move.
I'm with it.
Sign me up. I'm doing that move. It has me thinking though, right? I see the chatter saying the Nets have a lot of guards. Is there another player or another few young players that we should attempt to trade to go get Clowney? I like Clowney. He's young, he's athletic. He's definitely a stretch 4/5. I know he's lighting the tail, right? But listen, he can cover a lot of ground. He can play in transition, right? He can be a lob threat, and I love his energy and what he represents. He doesn't seem like he backs down. He doesn't seem soft, right? And he can definitely guard 3, 4s, and 5s. And maybe if he get a switch on a 1 or 2, not saying he can stop or defend them, but you're not going to just – he's nowhere near Cone, and he can block shots. I would love to get Clowney. Right now, Deuce, do you see the Nets wanting Deuce? See, for me, that's the problem. But chat, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? For me, I'm not high on Deuce like everyone else. I love Deuce, right? But let's be honest. We can't keep allowing guys to, hold us hostage. If we're able to upgrade and make a solid move, we need a big man. We need a big man. So for me, I think Deuce, his stocks is up. I think a good team can use Deuce. I think at this point, Brooklyn would be perfect for Deuce. You pair him up over there. Michael Porter Jr., Randall, they got the young guard that they drafted. Deuce got his championship. And I think he can also get a good contract from Brooklyn. Flea, I think it makes great sense.
I like the move. I like the potential move. I like it. Yeah. Deuce is coming off of winning the championship, right? Now, going to Brooklyn, okay, going across the bridge, not a great situation. But he's an expiring deal.
And he'll get paid over there. It's great for him.
Maybe
Brooklyn's gonna give him some money. I'm not saying he's gonna get $100 million, but Brooklyn may give him 12 to 15 a year. Ooh. They may jump out the window and give him 3 years, $50 million.
For Deuce?
Yeah, I mean, they desperate.
Wow. No disrespect, Deuce. If you ever see this, no disrespect. I want you to get your money.
So I mean,
50?
yeah. I mean, this is Brooklyn, bro. They need to
Yeah,
put
I mean,
you
they
have him
drafted the guard
right.
Mikael Brown,
Young
right?
man is
And
okay. Yeah,
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 they
he's
drafted
solid.
him. I
You
mean, they
got him in
got
the backcourt
Igor,
with Deuce. You got MPJ. You got Randall.
Denham too. I like Igor.
Uh,
Ooh,
uh,
50 mil.
yeah, no. All right, that might be
I'm
a
getting
stretch.
caught up on that, but yeah,
No. All right,
they
but
may pay him depending on how he plays.
right, but I'm just saying. I think Deuce right now. I really think his stocks is high,
Mhm.
and I think he'd be perfect over there. It's no pressure. He can just go and play his game. Like for me, we can't keep getting hung up acting like guys are untradeable. Fleet, we're trying to go back to back. We're trying to turn this thing into a dynasty. And we cannot keep ignoring that we need a big man. Seriously. David Smith, what up? And for me, I never even thought of Clowney until big shout out Knicks Movement. And I'm like, I kind of like that. Right? And I love what Flea, you could, respond to this. I love what Chris Dragnet said, right?
What Chris
He
talking
said,
about?
even if it's not an upgrade, y'all need cap space to secure the core.
Right. And
Right?
so
Hold on, Flea. Big shout out David Smith. Thank you for your $4.99.
David
Heading off to
Smith.
Europe tonight to a few different countries for a couple of weeks for vacation. I will be checking in here to keep cat haters honest. Hey, David Smith, have a safe trip. I hope your vacation is beautiful, my brother. And please,
Safe
man,
travels, man.
stay in the chat and let us know how things are out there, how beautiful it is. But everybody, man, wish David Smith safe travels. Get there safe. Have a great time and make sure you get back safe. Appreciate you always, my brother.
Yes, sir. Travel safe, David.
Please, anybody on the Knicks bulletproof? Give me the players that's bulletproof that unless they demand a trade, they ain't going nowhere. Ho, 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 ho. He's early, y'all.
Ramsey.
He's
OG
early.
Ramsey.
OG, thank you for your $20. Patiently waiting for you guys to complete your Cash App training. No problem. Fake got me. With my homegrown little bro, Deuce, we got issues. Can the chimps defend their chip? OG has spoken. OG, I
OG
apologize
Ramsey.
for the future.
Salute, baby.
I game up with the Cash App thing. Right.
We're working
But
on some
Flea,
things. We'll work
who's
on it.
bullet-
We'll work on it.
Prezi the boss, what up? Flea,
Prezi.
who's bulletproof? Who's bulletproof right now? Tory B said Jalen Brunson, which we know. But give me 2-3
Bulletproof.
names. Yeah, but give me 2-3 names that people, it would kind of blow their mind when you say they're bulletproof.
I mean, I seen somebody in the chat say Cat is movable right now. I think he's bulletproof. I don't think you move him now. I think Brunson's bulletproof. I think Cat has proven his value and his worth, that you don't just move him and think that he can be replaced that easily. And then, I mean, really the core, OG. After what he's proven, what he's shown, June comes in the building, dropping dimes as he always does. Dropping
off the jump ball, he gets it off the backboard.
Off the
OG
back.
Ramsey.
And yams it.
Tsunami. We don't got the gunshots. We don't have the bombs. But you already know, appreciate you. Thank you, my brother. Gifting 20. Not 10, not 15, not 6, not 7, not 8. 20 AllBall TV memberships. Tsunami, you already know. Wow. Look, that's crazy. Appreciate you, Tsunami. Chris Dragnet, thank you for being a member. Appreciate you. He said, I'm heading to Jamaica, Queens. Listen, brother, be safe.
Be safe, baby.
Get this.
You know where not.
And
you know where not to go. You know where not to go. Call me. That's that. I'm from there. You know that. Call me.
But yeah, Flea. Just I'll put it back up before we move on. For everybody that's probably a little late in the chat, Knicks Movement had a proposal here, which I kind of like, and it's trading Deuce for Clowney, trading Deuce to the Brooklyn Nets for Clowney. And we know, Clowney is a big man. He's versatile. He's a stretch four. He can play the 4 or the 5. He's athletic. He's young. He's cheap at this point. And Flea, you said you would do this move.
I would. To secure a big going forward in the season, I would. Like I said, Deuce's value is, in my opinion, extremely high right now. I think, he could probably help Brooklyn continue that turn that they're trying to do right now. All they're trying to do is turn it just a little bit, right? They've been a lottery team for some time now, so I think they're just trying to turn to be relatively respectable, right, y'all? Something that if you go into the Barclays, it's not a scheduled win. And I think they're a little further away from that right now. But you bring in an all-star or former all-star like Julius Randle. You draft well at the guard with Mikal Brown. So I think, Deuce could go in there and really, really help Brooklyn and do and continue doing what they're doing. And Clowney could come in here and help us continue to do what we're doing. I think we've struck out on backup bigs at this point. We got Andre Drummond. I'm not completely sold on him. Most of the chat is OG, Fabian. They say give it a shot. We'll see. But for me, I'm not completely sold on Drummond. I think you have to have insurance or at least somebody that can compete at that position with him. And so if the potential move could be Clowney, that's something that we have to think about.
Yeah. I love everything you said. And I see a couple people in the chat that agree with you. Some of them is kind of skeptical. And this is what I mean by us as Knicks fans at times. I think we love our guys too much. And, we have to realize that if there's a possible way to upgrade, right, and fill a spot that we desperately need, right? We need a third big. To me, it's not even without question, right? And I think this is great for both sides. I think this is great for Brooklyn. I think it's great for Deuce. Like I said, I don't see us overpaying for Deuce. I would love for Deuce to go somewhere and get some money. Right, exactly. Exactly. So people really
Tiger Girl, what up, Tiger Girl?
Yeah, Tiger Girl, what's going on? Always good to see you. East Blue Drew, what's good? Brooklyn's finest building. Jay Nice Pepper, what's up? So yeah, Flea, I think this would be great. I think this would be great. And I'm gonna be honest, I think it's perfect. I think because he's an upgrade from what's our guy that just left and went to Philly? I like to forget their names on purpose. Yeah.
Huck Porty.
I think Clowney's better than Huck Porty, right? Both lefties.
How Huck and Mitch go to rivals?
Listen.
Both. I just thought about that. I didn't even think about that. Both of them with the rivals.
Yeah. I mean, David Smith, thank you for your $4.99. If Knicks let Cat walk or trade him, enjoy the team never compete for another championship in the Brunson era. No Cat, no rings. Listen, David Smith gonna tell it how it is.
David Smith. Always. I told you, he's on the untouchable list right now for me.
OG, thank you for your Dubski, $20. Junami, know I can't run without my point. Curtis warming up, starting for bulletproof, except Hart. Knicks still got plans for a big without giving up a vital piece. MVP front office. Hold on, hold on.
You always tell it like it is, OG Ramsey.
Yesterday, I said Josh Hart is bulletproof because Brunson is his right-hand man, and Josh Hart knows his role. I think Josh Hart understands his role, and he won't have no problem doing whatever it takes to retire and stay a Knick. Flea, you think everyone is bulletproof except Josh Hart?
Look, Josh Hart is the straw that stirs the coffee, right? He's the spoon that stirs the pot, right? And what I mean by that is like he does a lot of immeasurable things that you're not going to see in the box score, that's not going to show up on the stat sheet. It's not going to jump out at you. But if you're a fan of the team and you watching the team, you know what Josh Hart brings you every night. So I don't think that's very easy to manufacture and just go get in the NBA because everybody doesn't like playing that role, right? Everybody, the players of today, everybody doesn't lean into a Swiss Army knife type role. Everybody doesn't want to do that. So I think he's kind of invaluable to what we do. But that does not mean that I'll put him on the list above guys like a Cat, a Brunson, a OG as untouchable. Like I can't put him above them. I would love to keep him over Bridges if we're having that type of conversation. If we get put in that jam,
Right.
say I would rather try to hold on to Josh Hart because I think he's a little more versatile. You could start him, you could have him come off the bench. Bridges at this point is still, I think, a starter in the NBA, but the impact and effect is not going to be the same on every team. Right now, the impact and effect he has for us, I think would be very different if he was, in Golden State, Denver, something like that. His impact would just be different. So, I would be okay with moving on from him, but Hart's the guy that I would have like fourth on that list.
Got you. Big shout out Trapped in the 90s. Always. Mr. Consistent. Appreciate you, my brother, gifting one AllBall TV membership. Trapped in the 90s. Love
Trapped
always.
in the 90s, our guy.
Yeah, Flea. I mean, we would love for everybody to be bulletproof, but we know how this thing works.
Yes.
Right. And we know, the hardest thing to do is after winning the championship, keeping the core together. Right. Especially when guys have extensions and contracts coming up. Guys want to get paid. Some of these guys, this might be their last big contract. Some of them, this might be their first big contract. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is what ruins dynasties. Right. But it might be a return for somebody.
My God.
It might be a return from somebody. Return of the Mac. Is Return of the Mac. Listen.
Look at my guy.
Flea.
Donte.
Chat. I seen this earlier, and I don't know why I got excited. For some reason, he belongs in the Knicks uniform.
Man, he's supposed to be part of that chip, man.
It's
he's
something
supposed to
about
be part of that chip, OG.
Yes. It's something about my guy Donte DiVincenzo, man.
Damn.
Big shout out New York sports, man. And
hey,
they reported, because I can't wait to hear what Flea in the chat has to say about this. They reported that with Jonathan Kuminga signing with the Minnesota Timberwolves, Donte DiVincenzo could all of a sudden become available. Now, I seen some pictures of him looking like he's rehabbing very well. We know he tore his Achilles, right? And, normally you'll be out for the season. But, of course, now with just medicine and just different types of rehabs and things of that nature, guys are coming back quicker. But Flea, he's a free agent next season. How do you feel about Donte DiVincenzo returning to the Knicks? But before you answer that first, Kuminga going to Minnesota, if you're Donte DiVincenzo, how do you feel about that? Are you starting to see the exit plan for yourself, and maybe you start being a little vocal about wanting to come back to New York? Would you like Donte DiVincenzo back with the New York Knicks?
Just a little,
because they
did. Just a little taste. Listen, I think Minnesota going after Kuminga is a very, very proactive move. I'm not a huge Kuminga guy. I've always told y'all that, but that doesn't say that he's not a good basketball player. And, fit matters. I think that's a really, really nice fit for Kuminga. And yeah, that puts DiVincenzo's role and what he does for them, in jeopardy. Two things have happened just now that really put his role in jeopardy. One, they traded for LaMelo, and two, they went and got Jonathan Kuminga. So now you're talking about, at one point, I argued Fabian down that Donte DiVincenzo would not have ball handling responsibilities in Minnesota. Boy, was I wrong. He wound up being the starting point guard for some time before he got hurt. So now you replace him, that starting point guard role, with LaMelo, an all-star level guy,
right?
And then go get Kuminga. Yeah, I think at this point, and you tore your Achilles, like it's going to be tough to come back from that and think that you'll have a role. Other guys are going to be elevating. Terrence Shannon is on that bench right now. He's gotten better, right? Everybody's just going to continue to get better while you're still rehabbing. So that team is going to be a tough spot for him to really come back and think that he's going to, have a spot. So I don't know what it looks like to potentially get him back. But again, do we rather Donte? I'll ask the question for you. Do we rather a healthy Donte DiVincenzo over a Landry Shamet?
I was going there, right?
Oh, that's where you was going. All right.
Right. But not only Landry, right? Think about it. Clarkson only signed for 1 year.
Very true.
Right? It's a possibility that Deuce might not be here after this season.
We ain't paying Deuce.
So who's perfect for their role? Donte DiVincenzo. We've already saw and seen what he can do. So I'm pretty sure this is Clarkson's last season as a Knick. I'm pretty sure, like you said, we're not paying Deuce. So why Donte DiVincenzo can't come next season fully recovered, fully healed?
Nostalgic Nick, you chose violence? You choosing violence tonight? He said Donte DiVincenzo is not better than Landry Shamet. I would like to put up a poll.
Wow.
Pause. I would like to see.
Wow.
He chose violence. I see you, Nostalgia. You my guy.
Wow.
That's on you right now. I'm not answering that first. That's on you. What do you think about that? Chat, talk to us. Healthy Donte. We know Donte just hurt it, just tore his Achilles. Healthy Donte DiVincenzo, healthy Landry Shamet. Who's the better player? Talk to us, chat.
I would probably take Donte DiVincenzo. But it's not by a landslide. I don't think you can go wrong with either one.
Mm-hmm.
But if you asking me who I'd rather Donte DiVincenzo. But I love Landry Shamet as well. So I'm going to repeat, I don't think you go wrong with either one. But for me, Flea, I can see this being a possibility. Because if we're going to eventually lose Deuce and Clarkson or Deuce and Shamet, right?
Mm-hmm.
You need to replace those guys. And I think the perfect replacement is Donte DiVincenzo. I don't think it'll be this year, but I think next season it would be perfect. Now, of course, all bets is over. We can get a better, bigger, taller player. But I don't understand how, Donte DiVincenzo did what he did for us. And we all know we didn't want him traded. We did not want him in that package.
We did not want him in that deal.
Yeah, so for me, but damn, man, Shamet, man.
Yeah, how I think about it, right, OG, is I think about the roles that those two guys play. How versatile is each guy? And like I said, I'm going to say it again. Donte played a point guard role for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
That's where he got Shamet beat. He can,
right? Like he has the ball, he has the ball handling ability and he showed that he could set the tape. So I can't ever see Shamet in that role. Could he do it? Yeah, I'm sure. He did it at Wichita State. So could he do it? For sure. But on the NBA level, I think his role changed now where Shamet is, that hybrid 3-and-D guy. That guy that, that's going to shoot the piss out the basketball and is going to defend his behind off. So Donte does the same thing, but I think Donte ups his value just a little bit slightly. It's not a landslide like you said, but slightly because his ball handling ability in the way that he can play both guard positions in the NBA. So that's fit for me. I would take Donte.
Yeah, but for me, I would love to have both. Pause, right?
Not mad at that. Not mad at it either.
I think if you can have a bench with Donte DiVincenzo and Landry Shamet, I mean, come on, man, with the young man from Brooklyn. Wow.
How can you be?
Wow. Right? I mean, if Mo Diawara is going to turn into this player y'all expect him to turn into with Andre Drummond, now we're talking. Listen, Flea, now we're talking. If by next season, because we know how this thing go, right? Whether we repeat or not, we're trying to stay at this point.
Yeah. Championship level.
Right.
Championship level. Yes.
So by next season, if we lose Clarkson, we lose Deuce.
Look at him talking.
Think about it.
You're in a good mood today. You're talking rap. He said we trying to stay here. I hear you.
Right.
I like that. Yes.
So these moves are subtle, they're cheap, and they're low. They're under the radar. They are under the radar. If we have Donte, Shamit, like I said, Drummond, and what's the young man from Brooklyn again?
Jose Alvarado.
No. No, the big man from Brooklyn.
Oh, the big Clowney. Noah Clowney, yeah.
Clowney, Drummond, Shamit, Alvarado. Well, Alvarado still be there, and our guy
and Clowney.
Come on, man.
I mean, we got to figure, like you're saying right now, we got to figure out a way to create the same kind of chemistry, right? It's going to be different. Like you said, we're not going to replace Mitch. We're not going to replace what he did, but we have to create championship chemistry again. The core is there, but that bench, we got to create that look. I keep seeing this name in the comments. I haven't even asked you about him yet.
Ooh, the youngest in charge. What up, my dude?
Youngest in charge. You know it's our guy. What up, baby? Tyler Kolek. What's your expectations for him? Is he going to be potentially in some kind of deals if we do start, wheeling and dealing? Do you have an expectation for Tyler Kolek? I see his name popping up a lot in the chat. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. I see a new name, Johnny McLeod. What up, Johnny? Because he's the one who just said Kolek. So big shout out to Johnny. Brooklyn Jules, what up, baby? But yeah, OG, like, where's your thoughts? Because as the championship, as the playoffs went on, as the championship went on, we kind of like stopped talking about Kolek. Obviously, he didn't play, but do we have any expectations for him this year?
Yes. Big shout out Brooklyn's finest. I was just about to say that. Kolek has to turn the corner. He has to be able to defend and orchestrate the offense and knock down big shots. If Kolek could knock down that three and defend, I think he'll be fine. But I don't think Kolek holds up a trade. Right?
No,
I'm being honest.
No.
Right. So
as because you want Kolek. If you want Kolek, okay.
And us as a fan base, we need to be careful because I noticed we love our guys. Doesn't mean they can't be traded. So don't tell me Mo Diawara, Kolek can't be traded if we can make this roster better. Right? So for me, Flea, I think Mike Brown needs to throw Kolek into the fire early. Throw him in the fire early. Ho.
OG Ramsey said he was warming up. Curtis! He said you was warming up, Curtis.
Listen, lead scorer said my point guard just gave me the assist, but we wait for our guy to run down in transition. Big shout out, Curtis. Thank you for that half a yard, that $50. Curtis, hope all is well with you, my brother. Appreciate to see you in the building.
That
OG Ramsey called it, Flea.
He did call it. That half a man. Curtis, what up, baby?
Yeah, but for me, and I said this during the season, I think players like Diawara, Kolek, Dadier, I just think it's bad timing, right? We're good now, and we're trying to win championships. And
so that means no more time for development? We can't stay good and develop at the same time?
Yeah, but you have to develop quick. You have to develop in real time.
That's why I think there's the pressure on Kolek to turn the corner now. Because he's kind of developed over the last couple of years. He's been on a championship run. So now would be the time for him to have some expectation on himself and from some of the guys, right? Imagine having Nat as the guy that could spell Brunson from time to time.
Yeah, but this is why Alvarado is there. And let's not forget, as soon as we got Alvarado, Mike Brown implemented him into the offense immediately.
Yeah.
Flea, think about this. Excuse me. Jalen Durant, All NBA, All-Star, 60 wins. Couldn't stay on the court. And you see what's going on with him. So Mo Diawara, Kolek at times couldn't stay on the court. They're not all NBA. They're not all stars. So
it's a fact.
Why would the rules be different for them?
I I don't think the rules will be different. I just think the expectation, the mindset, and how they handle the situation is just a little different. The rules are not different. You're right. If they get to a point where they are an all-star level player and can't stay on the floor, that's got to be a concern. But I think while they're growing, while they're becoming the players that they're becoming, snatching them off the court or realizing that a little bit too much dip on their chip, that's a great coaching move. I don't think that's really an indictment on them, because if they're not ready, they're not ready. I'm thinking about winning as opposed to let him play through his mistakes, because we are a championship level team now. I just think the Kolek and the DOR thing is very, very interesting, because if they step their level up, now it's like we're limited to moves. Maybe we don't have to make a bunch of moves come the All-Star break trade deadline. Maybe that doesn't have to happen. Maybe we don't have to get too hasty. Like, there's so many different things that happen when guys start stepping up. When guys don't start stepping up, it's like, all right, we got to get creative. Who's out there? How do we make a move? How do we upgrade?
Yeah, but I mean, you make a great point, but I think, and big shout out to the chat, man. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button, y'all. Share, like, subscribe. Big shout out, Knickerbocker. Appreciate you, my brother. Big shout out to the whole chat. Y'all see the Cash App, ABTV3. Y'all see the Cash App, ABTV3. Please hit that like button, share, like, subscribe. See,
Knickerbocker, what up? That's our guy, man. I ain't seen
Yeah,
him in a little bit. Knickerbocker,
sure.
what up, baby?
Flea, you make a great point, right? But chat, for me, think about this.
Mm-hmm.
How do you expect, seeing how well Alvarado, Clarkson, Shaman played in the playoffs and the finals, how does Mo Diawara and Kolek get time with these guys and what they just did and what they just pulled off, right? So it's like, how many chances can we give them? These guys are going on what, their third year?
Right. But they're two guys that we drafted, right? They're two homegrown guys. The two guys that we drafted. So I think the level of patience changes just a little bit. Like, you got to have some kind of insurance. Anything can happen during an NBA season. We know that. We've been through the trials and tribulations of guys getting injured, guys having to step up because, injuries happen and just unfortunate things happen. Like, you see what MJ said. He read my mind. Injuries happen, next man up. So, like, we got to have the ability to be, especially if we're a championship level team.
Right.
Especially, right? Golden State has been in spots before where they're going through championship runs, and y'all say it all the time. Curry's been hurt in some of these runs. He's been down. Other guys have had to step up. During that run in 16 or 17, when was it? Where he came back in the conference finals against Portland. He torched Dame, but he came back. But before that, he was hurt, and Clay was doing a lot of the heavy lifting. But you got to have guys step up. A Sean Livingston, whoever those guards that they had back in the day.
They had a whole.
They had a whole host
over there.
Of guys.
Yeah,
Barbosa was there 1 year. Patrick McCall was there 1 year.
They had a whole lot of guys.
They had a ton of guys that would back him up, that would play and still keep the ship afloat. But that says a lot about coaching and championship level. So I just feel like I understand what you're saying. Like, how much rope can you give these guys? But I don't think we could pull the trigger and get rid of them, without seeing who they are in their third NBA season. Third NBA season, if I'm looking at you and you ain't got it, all right. Now we got to start thinking about how we can upgrade at that spot.
Yeah, big shout out OG Ramsey again.
OG
Thank
Ramsey.
you for your $20. Deuce turns 26 next month. What don't want to see is number 2 coming at us for the next 6 years. Curtis, we know our squad is bigger than 5, but we'll always have the big 3 to set the temp. I mean, yeah, like I said, for me, do we want to get rid of guys? No, I don't think that's always the ideal, the goal, but we know how this thing works. And it is very, when you go back in history, Flea, how many teams win multiple championships with the same exact team, right? Without making any changes.
It doesn't happen.
That's very rare.
It's very, very rare.
Even if you make 1 or 2 tweaks, right?
Mm-hmm.
But to have the same 12-man roster when everyone else around you is now trying to improve and get better, I just don't understand
It don't happen.
how we can keep the same team. And when we talk about injuries, that's the purpose of us having all these guards, right? You have Alvarado, you have Deuce, you have Sherman, you have Clarkson. For me, I don't know where Kolek and Mo Diawara is going to fit in, Flea, honestly. Like I said, if Kolek is going to get better as a defender and knock down that three-point shot at a high clip, because he can run the offense, right? If Mo Diawara is going to be that two-way player that we need at that position. But if those guys are not going to do that, I don't see how they get meaningful minutes in the playoffs, let alone if we're back into the NBA Finals. I just don't see it.
Yo, listen, man. One thing, big shout out to Mike Donnelly, my college coach. Big shout out to Mike Donnelly. Started the season, preseason. So we're gonna compare this to training camp for the NBA. He always said to the freshmen, to the young players, eat what you kill. Eat what you kill. So if Mo Diawara and Tyler Kolek want to see the floor and want to compete for minutes and want to be a part of this championship run and really be a factor and an impact, they're going to eat what they kill in the early parts of the season and make Mike Brown play them. They're going to put the coach in a position where I have to play him. If I don't play him, I'm not being a good head coach right now. So that's the only way that I can see a Tyler Kolek or a Mo Diawara getting some heavy minutes or finding their ways into the rotation. If they start out this season, if they start out to the beginning of the season eating what they kill, that's the only way. That's the only way. And and obviously freak things happen. If there's an injury, then you step up. But that training camp, those little mini camps too that happen, right before the full training camp, where it's a couple of guys and all of that, and preseason, eat what you kill. Remember what I said, y'all. Eat what you kill, and that's the only way them young guys are gonna play.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. You made some great points. I just know October, November is kind of like a gauntlet, and I think, with Kolek and Diawara, we need to see what they can do against some of the best teams in the East. So let's see how they play, right, against Philly, Indiana, right? Cleveland, Detroit. Can they hold their own, right? Can we put Diawara on Cade Cunningham and go, hey, make it difficult, right? Can we put Kolek in the game and he not get picked on and get exposed, right? And then at the same time, offensively, because that's the big difference between Jalen Brunson and a lot of little guards in NBA history. Yeah, you think you could pick on him, but he's going to pick on you offensively. So it's almost like a trade-off.
That was the night. That was the line of the night. That was the what you said?
How many small guards you could pick on them on defense, but they're going to pick right back on you on offense.
That's a fact.
Right?
That's a fact.
That's the
line
difference.
Of the night. Yeah.
Can Kolek be that guy? Right? So, I mean, we have some interesting problems. Go ahead, Flea.
No, I was going to end with this. It's really about defense, OG. You know what I always boil it down to. It's really about defense. If them guys could play defense to the point where Mike Brown, like I said before you got off the screen, where Mike Brown is going to feel bad not playing them, or Mike Brown is going to feel like I'm an inadequate coach for not playing them, it's going to have to be on the defensive end. If they can bring it like that, we'll see. Especially for Diawara.
Yeah. Again, y'all, OG,
Ramsey,
letting y'all know, MVP. Thank you for your $10. We be rare. When was the last time the champs went 16 of the last 17? We be different. Can we at least get the chance? We're better this year because we just found it in the playoffs. I mean, listen, I rarely disagree with OG, right? That's why I call him the Oracle. He knows what he's talking about. So, of course, I think, we're going to give guys an opportunity. I don't think no one's going to get traded immediately. But, Flea, we can't ignore that going up into the trade deadline. Listen, if some guys are struggling, if this East is what I think is going to be, listen, my opinion, we have to stay in the top 3 seeds. That's my opinion. Coming off a championship, you cannot fall to 4, 5, 6, 7. So my thing is, as long as we stay in that 1, 2, 3 seed, and it's not a landslide, I think we'll be fine. But if things start looking a little shaky, Flea, heads gonna be rolling.
You know how you get.
Listen,
don't let us be 500 at no point.
Listen,
at no point, don't let us be 500.
1-1, I'm going crazy.
Like I said, don't let us be 500. You know y'all OG gonna be up here. Everybody gotta go.
Chad, ain't nothing changed. Oh, we gonna be so animated this season. Oh my God.
This is gonna be great. This is gonna
Flea.
be great. What you dialing up? Oh my God. We gotta
Chad,
talk about this. We gotta talk about this young man. What's this young man talking about?
Is this a cry out for help? Is this a cry out that he knows he made a big mistake? Talking about the Knicks ain't cool and now we're the coolest thing walking this planet Earth. Flea, think about this. Imagine, big shout out Michael B. Jordan. Remember that viral clip? The young lady interviewing him and he hit her with the...
Yeah, I remember you. I remember you.
Yeah, I was the
remember high school?
Kid,
I
right?
was a corny guy, right? I remember. Remember?
Is KD having a Michael B. Jordan moment? Are the Knicks fans now looking at KD how Michael B. Jordan looked at that young lady like, remember me? Yeah, I was the corny kid, right? I was the corny city, the corny fan base. Now I'm the hottest thing walking on the planet Earth. And here go KD, y'all, glazing the Knicks and trying to look cool doing it. He said, I was on the fence if they was going to win. And then they got down every game. I'm just like, I don't know. And then it's like, as they started coming back, I didn't become a believer, to be honest, until the last game. I was just like, the Spurs would be up 15 points every game, 29 points, and then they'll just come back and steal a game. He also said this was the greatest finals he's watched. Flea, I got to ask you. Would you take KD on the Knicks right now for 1 year? Let's go there. Yeah. Right now, chat. Would you take KD on the Knicks right now for 1 year? You ain't say no quick enough. You thinking about it.
I don't. Why?
I didn't ask you why. I asked you a simple question. Stop fumbling, bumbling, and stumbling. Big shout out Clyde Frazier.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, there you go.
I would. Yeah, I would.
All right.
I would.
Please.
Elaborate. Now you want me to elaborate. I was trying to think. You want me to give me a moment to think. You take it too long.
Right.
Now elaborate. Okay, please.
Elaborate, please.
I pushed him into answer. Now elaborate. If we were talking about, again, somebody being a seamless fit, I think it's still Kevin Durant in terms of just basketball. Again, you're not asking him to be anybody's first option, anybody's go-to guy, anybody that at the end of the game, we need a bucket. KD, we need you to come through. We got that already. We have that guy already. He's won a championship already. He's proven that he can do it. But I just do think opening up the floor, it would be created. That would open up the floor immensely for Jalen Brunson. I mean, I'm talking about the open looks that he would be getting now. Now you're not double teamed now. Now you're not as game planned for anymore. Obviously, OG has taken a step up. Karl Anthony Towns is always game planned for, but with Kevin Durant on the floor, whether we like it or not, whether anybody in the chat thinks so or not, at the end of the day, people on the basketball court know he's still a bucket. He's still a killer. He'll still give you 35,000 if you don't game plan and defend him properly. So I just think if you asking me, like, yeah, he's a seamless fit. I would not be opposed if that happened. But no, I don't. Do I want him? No, stay over there.
Big shout out Nighttime, man. 1956.
1956.
Being a member. BKNY 1982. Appreciate you.
What's good, y'all?
I'm gonna be honest, Flea. I'm gonna shock you. KD, OG, Cat, and Brunson on the floor for the next 2 seasons, we three-peating.
Okay.
Sorry, we just are. I'm gonna tell you the problem that I would be afraid of. Kevin Durant not accepting his role and not understanding you're here to fit, not average 25 plus, not become an all-star, and win championships. I think right now, Brunson, Cat, and OG, of course, Cat's been in the league longer, but right now, Brunson and OG is coming into being super duper stars, right? I think Brunson is already there. I think OG is on the verge of being a star. To me, that's the only problem, right? Of course, when KD comes here, he takes shots away from OG, right?
For sure.
Is OG going to be happy with that? See, for me, it's, do guys want to win championships, or do guys, want to be great offensively and get their numbers? To me, that's what it boils down to. But if we can get KD for the next 2 years, and as much as KD get on my nerves, Flea, you 100%. That man stays in the gym.
He does.
And
he's a ball player.
Listen, I have to be honest. If we get KD for the next 2 seasons and he's fully healthy, we three-peating. Hold on, y'all. Stop the presses. No, I'm sorry. Stop the presses. OG
Ramsey playing around.
Cash apps, y'all gonna see these super chats.
Heard you.
OG, thank you for the yard, the full yard, $100.
Come on, man.
Love ABTV. OG got my passion. Flea got my analysis, and Fabe got my flexibility. Trust the Oracle who called the Knicks historic playoff run before it started. Trust the Oracle who is still spitting DraftKings out. We got health. We be good.
Heard you, OG. Thank you, OG.
How can you ever disagree with OG? Like, seriously.
Can't. OG Ramsey. He's the greatest.
When he puts it like that. But Flea, in all seriousness, man, KD with his high basketball IQ, him being one of the greatest offensive players to ever play the game, the way he can stretch the floor and shoot the basketball. How do you feel about just KD finally giving the Knicks their props? Of course, him saying that he didn't believe until game 5, I don't know how believable is that, right? But for him to say this is probably one of the most exciting, best finals I've watched. How do you feel about KD, just finally bowing down and finally, going back on we're not being cool or we're not cool, and now seeing a parade and how we won, and seeing that the world right now is orange and blue skies all over the country, not only in the States?
If he's taking pride in always being this like pure hooper and just loves talking hoop, and when he's watching the game, he's not watching as one of us, the fans. He got to keep it real, and I'm watching what I'm watching. If you're gonna do that, you should have been did this. You should have been watched this and said, yo, man, this is a different Knicks team. How they've put this together. How can you try to get on the bandwagon of laughing at us and thinking that we're so unserious until we won? This run that we've been on is nothing to play with. We were a serious basketball team. We were taking people out. These are not 7-game series. We were dusting people.
Yeah.
OG, we wasn't playing around with dusting.
Yeah.
So, yes, thank you, Kevin Durant, for finally being honest with yourself, to the world, to the Knicks fans, to Speedy Mormon. Big shout out to Speedy. Like, finally being honest to yourself. But, like, come on, brother. Anybody could have saw this summer. I mean, over the spring or coming into the summer. We were dusting people. Please.
Look at our guy.
It's our God, man. Bless one.
The starting 5 is in the building.
They
Bless
is.
one. Thank you, my brother. Always good to see you. Always good to know you in the building. Thank you, gifting 10 AllBall TV memberships. Come on, man. The starting five is showing out, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all more than y'all know. Bless one. What up, my brother? Hope all is well with you and the fam. Again, gifted 10 AllBall TV memberships, my brother.
Go on, get you a membership now. Go on, so we could see more green. I see y'all.
So, just real quick, big shout out Sam B 9403. I love this right here. And this is kind of what I was alluding to, but Sam B kind of said it a little better. I watched KD's because I watched KD's body language.
I was laughing at Youngest in Charge. Well, he said old folks always start telling the truth when they deathbeds. KD will be done soon.
Right. Now he want to be truthful, right? But I watched KD body language in Houston. I watch when he don't get the ball or guys miss shots. I see him, And big shout out Sam B. He said, "Nah, we're good on KD. No more surefire way to kill the locker room. Way too selfish to fit in here." Flea, any response to that? Because that's kind of what I was saying. Like, KD still thinks he's, who I am, right? KD, right? And of course, he can still give you 20 plus, but is it impacting winning? And now that we're trying to win championships, can he get in his brain that if he right now wins another 1 or 2 championships with the New York Knicks, what it could do for his legacy? Or should we just totally stay away from that?
I mean, we should stay away from that. We shouldn't be pursuing that. I think, we shouldn't be pursuing that. If he comes around and starts sniffing around the door and stuff like that, I ain't gonna keep the door closed. I'll open the door. I'll give him a bowl of water. The dog could get some water. I ain't gonna leave him parched. I'll let him see what's going on. But he would go ahead. You on mute.
Get right to the meat and potatoes. If Kevin Durant next season comes to us for the league minimum, $4 million like LeBron, do we turn him down? Do we do to KD what we did to LeBron and say, nope, don't want you? Or do we welcome him in?
Stipulations, but yes. I'm rolling.
Big shout out, Vashawn Hollis.
Vashawn.
Show love. He said, man, we need that AllBall TV / Knicks Fan TV crossover simulcast. 2 of the best at this ish. 100. Appreciate you, my brother. Big shout out
Appreciate you, man.
Listen.
Big
We
shout
love
out to Knicks Fan TV.
With whoever, man. But Vashawn, thank you for just showing love and supporting and seeing the hard work that we're putting in. That was dope. That was dope to say that. Real quick, Immaculate Addicts. Thank you again. 10 jewels, which is a gold coin.
Appreciate you, Immaculate
Addicts. Hold on. Again. And what Flea say? Again.
Another one.
Immaculate Addicts. 10 jewels, 3 times down. And hold on. Blaze Brown. I ain't gonna lie. Anybody named Blaze? I need you on my team. Yeah. That name is never wrong.
Nah.
Never. Big shout out Blaze. Said, Knicks Rehab, the GOAT. Thank you for your $20.
Blaze, appreciate you. Thank you, Blaze.
And Taz Fever, we know you're a member.
The one. Listen,
we know you do be bugging, but
that's our brother.
We're gonna salute you and show you love anyway. Big shout out, Taz Fever.
Taz, what up, baby?
Great merch.
What was son's name in oh damn, not House Party. Blade Brown? What's his name? Blade Brown? What was that?
Yeah, Blade Brown. Yeah.
Class act.
They switched. Yeah, Kid and Play. Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
Brown,
Blade Brown.
Yeah. But chat.
Blade Brown.
Time to go. Sorry. As much as we hate to leave y'all here, we got to run. Flea. Another legendary, another great night with the family.
Absolutely.
Any last words before we get out of here?
Great show tonight, my brother. Appreciate everybody in the chat. Appreciate all the support. Appreciate all the super chats, the gifts, just everything. from y'all. Y'all keep us rolling, y'all keep us going, and we appreciate each and every one of y'all. If we miss somebody tonight from shouting out, we really try to do our best to shout out everybody that comments or says something. If we missed you tonight, we love you even more. Jerome, we see you, Jerome. Hold on. There's some more super chats jumping in. But
big shout
K Dot, what up, baby?
Yeah, Flea again.
That's our
Samuel
brother.
Ramsey, the OG, love the chat. Get in where you fit in, wherever you can. Appreciate everything from likes to dollars. Yes, OG, we appreciate y'all.
Yes,
whether it's
indeed.
likes or dollars, man, just the support and love means more than anything. Seriously, Jerome Griffith.
Jerome Griffiths.
Thank you for your $1.99, my brother. Appreciate it always, man. And again, Paul McWhite, love last night. And our God bless one. Thank you for the $5. AllBall Flea. And the guy who is not in the building, Fabian. Best podcast, best in the business. Hit that like button. Subscribe, y'all. Bless one. Appreciate it. Listen, y'all.
Bless one. Thank you, brother.
Everyone have a safe and a beautiful Thursday night. The weekend is here, y'all. Please be safe. We see y'all tomorrow night, Knicks Rehab. Flea, go ahead.
How many more days?
Chat, gear up. 54 more days. Taz Fever said, I ain't trying to let y'all get out of here. $5. Damn, I got off work and missed the show. Will I watch it tomorrow? Come on, you know how you do.
Say no more. We're
replay gang. Hey, chat,
and we're here every day.
Chat, gear up. Go get your insulin shots. Whatever you got to do. Go get your IVs. Get your calcium. Right? Load up on your Red Bulls. 54 days. It's on and cracking. Love y'all more than y'all know. Appreciate y'all. Cherokee, good to see you, baby.
Cherokee.
Everybody have a great night. Flea, you know how we do.
Brother.
See them tomorrow.
Yes, sir. See y'all mañana.
AllBall TV.
They scared, but I'm not.
Deja un like, comentario.
Y suscribe.